Hello and welcome to Habits of the Few. I am your host, Mo Navolsi. Today's habit that I want to talk about is the gratitude log or grateful log. Journaling about gratitude. What are you thankful for? So I've been journaling now for about 5 years. It's been part of my morning and nighttime routine for quite some time. And, after doing this for a while, after about a few months, I really started to see the benefit, almost, I guess, the trick to it all, right? Because when you first start, your almost subconscious mind tends to be like, well, that's great. I'm happy that I was able to eat a burger today, or I'm thankful for the roof over my head. It just sounds so mundane, right? But the whole trick to it is the reflection and being able to understand and truly reflect. Let your emotions be almost captivated by those thoughts. This isn't bullshit. Like this is scientifically proven. This will work for you, and it's going to put you in a better state of mind, which will then lead to many, many, many better things throughout your day. So again, for me, the unexpected side effect was that the gratitude journals that I started with, which was just a standard journal, I wrote 5 things. I'll kind of go through that process, but you become more mindful ultimately, right? You have more reasons to be thankful for it, and you might even start feeling guilty for certain things, like for instance, the world has given me so much, what am I giving the world? What is the value that I am returning? And it doesn't have to be on a scale of world, right? It could be small. What my family has given me so much, what can I do in turn to give back to them? Those types of scenarios. So I want to address on tactics, techniques, how to go through this process, whether or not you need one of these journals. There's a ton of them out there. The Power Journal, 5-minute journal. There's probably 3 or 4 more that I just don't know off the top of my head. But the one that I've been using has been the 5-minute journal, and here's why I like it. First and foremost, there's an app that you can buy. I think it's like $5. It's in the Play Store and in the App Store. If you don't have the physical copy, or you run out of pages, or you're traveling, or wherever, it's very nice to have access to it to be able to continue doing your grateful log. There's a lot of science to how you should structure a gratitude journal. Some say it takes 15 minutes per day. Writing down 5 things that you're grateful for in the morning time, 5 things that you were grateful for that you are thankful that had happened that day before you go to bed. I like 5-minute journal structure far better. And you can copy this structure. You don't necessarily need the journal or the application. No way endorsed by 5-minute journal. 5-minute journal. If you hear this, hit me up, mo@monabolsi.com. Love to rep. But going back to that. So with the gratitude journal for 5-minute journal, in the morning, you have 5 minutes. 5 minutes to write down 3 things that you're grateful for, and then 3 things that will make today great, and then your daily affirmation. Okay, so let's kind of break that down. I'll kind of go through one of mine, and I'll give you like an example of how this whole process takes place. So today I wrote, so the first thing that I am grateful for was the fact that I was able to recover from a crazy training session 2 days ago on Saturday. I was unbelievably sore. I'm 33 and I felt like I was 93. Couldn't move. So very, very, very grateful for that. The second thing that I'm grateful for was being able to spend the day with my family. I have the opportunity to work from home. My wife is off today. The kids are here. Even though I'm working in and out, I love having him in the house. I love that I can go downstairs and spend time with him whenever I want. It's the greatest ever. I get depressed when my family is not home. So, and then the third thing that I was grateful for was the kick-ass workout that I did this morning. I started a new Dave Tate conjugate method, a program, a 9-week program, and today was chest day, and I definitely hit a PR, and it was pretty awesome. So grateful for that. 3 things that will make today great. So what will make today great? So here you are going to talk about things that you would like have happen, right? So the first thing that I wrote down that I would like for today to make great was have a kick-ass podcast show today. And the second thing was signing up a new client. I've been mining a lot of clients lately. We've got a lot in the pipeline. You know, today was the day that I wanted to follow up with some of them and at least close one. And the third thing that I would like to have happen today is to have enchiladas that my wife makes, because she makes the best enchiladas. And I was really hoping that she would take the time to do that today, and it's looking like it's going to happen. And then daily affirmations. I am. So these are going to be your own affirmations. Don't try to copy somebody else's or look up affirmations, you know, but just to give you an idea. So for me, I'll write that I am loving, that I am caring, I'm kind, I'm compassionate, you know, I am grateful, I am successful, things like that. But, you know, you do whatever it is that you need to do and how you feel, whatever affirmations you need. The whole point of an affirmation and the point of writing it down, and then I also read them out loud, is to reprogram your brain, right? This is longevity. This is going to take time, right? But if you're going to go through the days anyhow, right? If you're going to age, you're gonna be here today, and next week is gonna go by, and 7 days is gonna go by, and 30 days is gonna go by. Why not spend 5 minutes each and every day? 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. Or 5 minutes total. It honestly takes me 5 minutes total. It only takes me a couple minutes in the morning, a couple minutes at night. It's become very, very instinctual for me. Is to go through this day by day, reprogram your brain, your thoughts, your mindset, right? And the affirmations help you do that. The gratitude helps you do that as well. The gratitude is intended for reflection so that you feel the emotions of what you're trying to express. And if you're feeling and expressing gratitude, you're going to be in a better state. Once you are in a better state, you can go through the affirmations, and those affirmations over time will help and start to reprogram your brain, the way that you think, your belief systems. If you're in a negative state of mind, okay, if your mindset is, oh, woe is me, nothing ever works out for me, I can't get a girlfriend, my wife hates me, I hate my life, you're programming your mind for negativity. You're programming your mind to be negative. And what do you think is going to happen? Negative things are going to happen because you're asking for it. You're basically telling your brain, hey, I want more negativity. Hey, I want my life to suck a lot more. Like, fuck my life a little bit more. That's what you're saying to yourself. Versus, I am grateful. I am thankful. I am happy. I am kind. I am compassionate. I am successful. I am a rock star. I'm an amazing piano player. I'm an amazing lyricist. I'm an amazing father. I'm an amazing mother. Those will help to reshape the way that you think over time. This has been scientifically proven. Here's some important things to keep in mind, okay, when it comes to doing your grateful log. Number one, I want you to be as specific as possible, okay? You need to foster a really key specific attitude, right? I'm grateful that my coworkers brought me soup when I was sick on Tuesday. I'm grateful that my wife let me sleep in all day because I was just so tired, right? I've been up the night before. Be very specific, okay? Number 2, go for depth over breadth. By that, I mean elaborating in detail about a particular person or thing of which you're grateful out for, the benefits, so that it doesn't sound superficial. I'm grateful for the keyboard that I bought today. I'm grateful for my new TV. Yeah, okay. But how about you're grateful for having the opportunity to make the kind of money that will enable you to purchase items, right, or things, or TVs, or whatever, of your choosing and liking without the stress of X, right? Be specific. What was it that led you to that result, right? So how did you go from being able to buy a brand new TV that you've been wanting and nothing troubled you, right? Those are the things that are incredibly important. Number 3, I want you to get personal. I want you to focus on people who you're grateful for, right? What has had an impact on you, and really, really focus on those things. Because most of the time, yeah, you're grateful for certain situations, but those situations, presented themselves because of the people that were involved in that time frame. Number 4, my tip is try to subtract versus just to add things, right? So consider what your life would be like without certain people or things, rather than just tallying all up the good stuff, right? So be grateful for the negative outcomes you avoided, that you escaped, that you prevented, or that you were able to turn into a positive, right? Try not to take the good fortune for granted. So look at the subtraction standpoint versus the addition standpoint. Hope that makes sense. Number 5, see good things as gifts. Thinking of good things in your life as gifts guards against taking them for granted. I want you to try to relish and savor the gifts that you receive. What do I mean by gifts? A gift can be anything. It could be a materialistic thing. It could be a relationship. It could be a hug. It could be an opportunity. It could be a friend. Whatever that gift is, right? I want you to think of the good things in your life and use those as the gifts that are being received. Does that make sense? So I have an amazing wife. I have an amazing family. My children are healthy and happy, and they don't have to worry about anything. Those are gifts. Those are the most precious gifts to me. Being able to work from home is a gift for me, right? Being able to work on my own schedule is a gift. Being able to have such a strong, independent woman as my queen is a gift. Being able to have a teenage daughter that helps nannying so that my wife and I can go on and date is a gift. You see what I'm saying? See where I'm going with this? All right, so the next one is number 6. I want you to savor surprises. Try to record events that were unexpected or surprising, as these tend to elicit stronger levels of gratitude. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? For instance, maybe the day that you got engaged, the day that you got married, the day that you bought your first house, the day that you had your first child, the day that you met your significant other, whatever the case may be, some important unexpected surprise, right? Or something that was so powerful and impactful. You need to record that because it's just going to be so much more powerful because the situation was much, much larger, right? It was a very, very, very big deal. All right, so we're going to go on to the next one, which is revise if you repeat. Now, this is huge because this is where I actually fall short sometimes. I tend to become, or I have had situations where I've become redundant in my gratitude. There could be some redundancies with the affirmations because we're trying to reprogram your mind. But whether you write every other day or once a week or commit to a regular time, blah, 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 even though I would really, 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 really challenge you to do this each and every single day. I almost want to say don't bother doing it if you can't do it every day. But at the same time, if this is something that you have to work up to, then work up to it. I'd rather you do it than not do it at all. But, you know, you want to make sure that A, you're not repeating yourself, and B, that you're truly thinking about it, that you're sitting down and thinking about it, and it's not, and it can get difficult, right? You know, you do things over and over and over and over and over again. There's only so much that you can say. I get it, but just try. Okay. I kind of blended tip number 8 and 7 together, but I'll kind of go into tip number 8. What I was talking about was writing regularly versus sporadically. So again, try to write every single day. I'd rather you write every day and only write once than write irregularly throughout the week. It's just so much more important to be consistent. But they're both so important. Being able to do your gratitude journal in the morning and then at night is super, super important. I know when I've missed evenings because I'm just so tired, I'm like, nah, it doesn't matter, whatever. I'll roll over, I'll fall asleep. God, it fucks with me. It really does. I either have some weird fucking nightmare or just something disturbs me or my mindset just shifts. So it's important. It's super, super important to do morning and evening, okay? The last tip I'm going to give you is don't overdo it. You know, evidence suggests writing occasionally 1 to 3 times per week is more beneficial than daily journaling. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. That is so much bullshit that I literally want to punch that guy in the face, whoever the fuck wrote that piece of shit sentence, because it's not true. Evidence, there's no fucking evidence. Scientific research has proven, I can post the reference articles, okay, but it is proven that not only daily gratitude journaling, but morning and evening have been able to reduce cortisol by like 18% or something like that. And just make you fucking happy. Like seriously, like when you release serotonin and testosterone and you decrease cortisol, you're fucking feeling amazing. You feel happy. Okay. We want to adapt to positive events and we want to minimize negative ones as best as we can. And this is just another tool in the tool belt, right? Another weapon in your arsenal that will enable you to do that. So before I wrap up here, I just kind of want to talk about a little bit about the long-term impact and benefits of doing this. I know I've touched on them a little bit throughout our podcast here, but if you commit to this, you will experience an impact in such a crazy, powerful way. Your outlook, your confidence, your relationship, your overall quality of life will improve drastically. It's insane. You know, if you give thanks to 3 things a day, if you reflect on 3 things a day, if you do your daily affirmations, you record these actions each and every day, like your identity will enhance. Your being will enhance. By becoming more mindful of everything good in life, you will start to notice and search for things to be grateful for each day. Which will do what exactly? It will lead you to a more abundant life, whether it be financially, spiritually, you know, relationally, whatever. That's the whole point of all this, right? Because when you recognize what you are proud of each day, what you're grateful for each day, when you start to notice and search for opportunities to move towards goals, to step out of your comfort zone, to add value to the world, you will become another person. You'll become the person that you wanted to become or have strived to become, right? Because when you reflect on what you learn every day, you will notice so many different opportunities that you've never noticed before. It's like, here, I'll give you an example. You ever wondered why, let's say, when you buy a car, you buy a particular car, let's say a red Ford Mustang. Let's say it's a 2017, 2018 red Ford Mustang. They're all over the place, right? But you never notice them. But then you go and buy a 2018 red Ford Mustang, and you ever notice that all of a sudden you see them everywhere? It's crazy. That's because you may not think this, but when people talk about entrepreneurs and educators and whatnot, that we as humans cannot multitask. If we multitask, we are diminishing the amount of effort, right? So when we focus on one thing at a time, we're able to truly focus and generate great results in a short amount of time. When we multitask, all we're doing is splitting our focus, and that just has a crazy diminishing return. So when you buy the car, you see that car every day, you're in that car every day, what happens? Your mind is focused on just that car. And so when you go out in the world and you're in your city, you're in your town, what have you, you're not your mind is focused on that red car, that 2018 red Mustang. So your mind is only pointing those out to you. Everything else is a blur. That's how you want to look at this. When you focus on gratitude day in and day out, do you think there's room for negativity? Sure, maybe a little. But if 90% of your day could be positive, could be gratitude, can be being thankful, looking out for opportunities that you've never seen before. Because let's face it, I've been in the negative mindset. That fucked me good. I was broke. I didn't make any money. I hated my life. I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. There was good things in my life. During that time, I was with my now wife, and that was the only good thing in my life. But the reflection, the focus, the consistency of doing this is going to put you in a state of mind that can lead you to a better version of yourself. And let's be honest, if you're on this podcast, if you're in the self-help industry, niche, whatever at all, if you're into, self-help, then this is exactly what we're trying to achieve. This is what you're trying to get out of this. I don't know what else to say. So I strongly urge you to take action. It is only going to help you. All right? All right, if you guys need to reach me, hit me up at @MotoBulsi on Twitter or @MotoBulsi on Instagram. Twitter is just going to be a far easier way for me to reach out to you and respond to your questions. I thank you so much for taking the time, guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.